Hey guys, WhiteFox1225 here. Today I want to do a review of Insurgency. So I've been playing this game a lot and I've been really liking it. But I'm going to do a pretty lengthy review of everything that I like about the game and things I don't like about the game. So let's just start with the first start with the background of the game. So it was originally a Half-Life 2 mod, and it was really popular, so they decided to make it a standalone game. We've been seeing this a lot with mods like, DayZ, Natural Selection. There's just the list goes on and on about games that were usually mods and now are their own standalone games. So Insurgency is multiplayer and co-op, and it's a hardcore realistic close quarters shooter. So the maps aren't huge, they're more medium-sized, I'd say, but you die really quickly in this game, and it's really realistic. So first let's just talk about the multiplayer, and you're going to be seeing gameplay of one match I had, but I took out the spawns. You can have to wait like 20 seconds to spawn, and I thought you guys probably wouldn't want to see that. And then when I talk about co-op, you'll be seeing co-op gameplay. So the multiplayer, like I said, it's really realistic, and you die super quickly. A lot of times you don't even see the person who killed you. I think like 2 bullets to the chest would kill you, and like 1 headshot will definitely kill you. So definitely really realistic in the amount of damage you can take. And you guys might be thinking that this is really annoying, just getting killed from like someone you can't even see, but it makes every kill you get really rewarding, and it makes you feel like your life is really important. In a lot of games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, you just rush in because honestly you die, and then you respawn not so long afterwards, and even if someone shoots you, you still have time to react and shoot back. But in this game you have to move really slowly, and you have to be really cautious, and it really makes you really value your life in the game, which is really cool. Some other realistic features: the iron sights sway a little when you aim down sights. The guns have pretty good recoil, a pretty good amount of recoil. The UI is really limited, so when you get a kill, it's not gonna like pop up like kill plus 100. Nothing comes up on the screen. There's no crosshairs, so I think the game is really realistic, and it's something that I really like in first-person shooters. I really love Red Orchestra 2. That game is just amazing. I have Arma 3. I never really got into it. I always found it a little daunting, getting to that game. But I'm really loving the realistic features this game has. So this game might feel a little daunting just because of how just about how hardcore and realistic the game is. But it does have a training mode that helps you get some training wheels in the game, and really helps you get the basic controls and basic scheme of the game down. So, and the training mode is pretty good. I played through that before I started, and I think they did a pretty good job with it. So yeah, so that is it's a really great realistic multiplayer game. Now let's talk about the teamwork in the game. So this game makes you work with your squad a lot. So it makes just the game itself, how deadly bullets are, it makes you stick together with your squad and move slowly and really tactically. One thing is that the game has predetermined classes, so you're never gonna be have 20 snipers on your team and like one guy running an assault rifle. You'll always have a bunch of people filling different roles, so you'll always have like a sniper, you'll always have like a guy with an SMG, so it really makes teamwork work really well when everyone's using different weapons. Another great thing about the teamwork in this game is a lot of people who play have mics, so it just really helps you, communicate with your teammates and play that more tactically when you can communicate with other players. Let's talk about the weapons in the game. So there's not a huge selection of weapons, and this was done on purpose, not because they didn't have time to, make a bunch of weapons. They really wanted the game to be balanced, and let's be honest, how many different assault rifles and different SMGs do you need? The insurgents all have different weapons from the security guys, so there definitely are. It's not like if you're playing as an insurgent you can use an M4, you're going to be using an AK. So again, very realistic. There's SMGs in the game, there's LMGs, there's assault rifles, there's snipers, and there's DMRs, but definitely not a huge selection of guns, which is good because it makes the gameplay very balanced. Another thing about the weapons is there's no unlocks. When you get the game, you'll already have all the weapons, and again, choosing which class you use when you first enter a match, that decides which kind of weapons you're going to be using. In the game, you get mods like sights, different barrels, different like under rail attachments like foregrips. You get those by getting resupply points, and you can get those by completing objectives, killing other players. So you're rewarded by playing well, which is cool. So it's like it's good because it gives you incentive to work really well with your teammates and get a lot of kills and really cap the objectives without having to give you these massive kill streaks that just devastate the other team, because that hurts the balancing of the game. So it's a great way to help you encourage you to like cap objectives without giving you kill streaks. So I really like that system. Let's talk about the game modes in the game. So there's 6 multiplayer game modes. There's Firefight, and Firefight is it's sort of conquest, but you only get respawn waves when your team captures objectives, which is cool. The Search and Destroy, which is the standard Search and Destroy. You know, 1 life. You have to find the objective and destroy it. There's VIP, where you're trying to one team's trying to find the VIP in the map, and the other team is trying to kill the VIP. And again, that's only 1 life thing. You have Strike, and Strike is sort of Rush from Battlefield, except you actually have to find the weapon caches that you have to destroy. Next we have Push, and Push is a lot like Rush from Battlefield. So there are points A, B, and C, and you're only attacking one at a time. So first you have to take A, then you have to take B, and then you have to take C. So the attackers are trying to get all 3 points before the time runs out, and the defenders are trying to stop them. And then next we have Skirmish, and Skirmish is like Conquest, and you keep getting respawn waves until the enemy team destroys your weapon cache, which is kind of near your respawn, so it's really difficult. So it's a pretty good mix of game modes, and definitely some unique ones in there. I'm really loving the variety, and none of them are just complete replicas from other games. I think they all have something unique to them. I think Push might be the only one that doesn't have some like unique feature. You know, Search and Destroy is a little standard, but I definitely love like Skirmish and Firefight. Those are definitely my 2 favorites. And you know, the limited respawning in the game really makes you feel like your life is valuable and really makes you more cautious, just like I was talking about before. Alright, so let's talk about the maps, and this is the biggest problem I have with the game. So the game has 12 maps, which is a good number. Unfortunately, a lot of the maps are repetitive. Some of them are really unique and fun, like Ministry is really good, Peak is really good, but a lot of like the outdoor maps and like the Middle Eastern streets, they really blend together and they seem a lot too familiar. So I think they needed a bigger variety of maps. But I do love the setting of the maps. I love the Middle Eastern setting. It feels a lot more realistic than, say, some like the new Call of Duty maps where they're like in futuristic tank factories and just stuff that seems like it wouldn't be a place in real life. So I love the Middle Eastern setting. I believe like some of the maps are in Somalia, some of them are in Afghanistan. Just some really nice maps, and I really love the setting. Now let's talk about the audio and the graphics. So the graphics in this game are a little outdated. It's using the Source engine, which is like a 10-year-old engine, and it's pretty outdated. And you know, the graphics aren't horrendous, but they're really not good. I definitely think they could be a lot better, but after you play for like, I'd say 3 hours, you don't even notice it anymore, and you're just focusing on how fun the gameplay is. The audio is just amazing. You know, the gun sounds good, but what I'm really talking about is the music. The music is just amazing. It's never too distracting, but they have some really nice, like, Middle Eastern music that plays at the end of every match. It's really just, it's beautiful. Another thing I want to mention is that it does have a limited UI, no crosshairs. When you kill someone, it's like I said, no, like, plus 100. But the game does have a really good, like, menu. It looks really nice and polished. Something that I believe like the beta didn't really have, but it looks really polished and really nice. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the multiplayer. Now let's go into the co-op. So the co-op is really nice. I really love the co-op. I'd say the only co-op that I've liked better than this game's co-op, it would be like Payday 2, but that was an exclusively co-op game. So it's really amazing that Insurgency can reach that level of awesome, and not be an exclusively co-op game. So the co-op is very team-based. So there's 2 game modes for co-op. There's Outpost, which is you're just defending one place against waves of enemies. Not a lot of servers are running this. I couldn't even find one server that's running this. They're all running Checkpoint, which is really awesome. And this is where you're going from point to point, fighting. There are enemies in the world or in the map, and you're having to take them out and cap these objectives. So definitely some really awesome game modes. Nice that we have a variety, not just defending. We also have one where we're going from point to point. But The AI is pretty good, they act really well, but the co-op is really team-based, and you have to move as a squad. I'd say the co-op is even more team-based than the multiplayer. I really love the co-op. I can't stress enough how much I love it. It's definitely one of the more tactical co-ops that I've played. You still die as quickly as the multiplayer, so you really have to be cautious and, like I said, move as a squad and use a lot of teamwork. So the co-op is just amazing in this game. So, as it stands right now, Insurgency is a really great game, and the developers are going to continue to support it, add more content, probably add new weapons, new maps, new game modes. This really is sort of, as they're saying, like a base that they're only going to build off of. So I give Insurgency a 9.7 out of 10. Awesome game that I'm just going to continue to play. So if you guys want to play with me, just send me a message. Again, my Steam username is whitefox1225, just like the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have a Rust video up, also maybe a video on Thief. So again, thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.